Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to the top.
Oh.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm about to go ahead and take my good vitamins here. Y'all know we got to just try to stay healthy as possible as we can right now. So we're going to be taking these good vitamins. That's right, y'all. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Got my detox tea right here. I will put links to these products down in the description below because y'all know I like to keep it fresh and I like to keep it fly and I like to keep it funky. And this right here helps keep my skin clear, helps keep me regular and all that good stuff like that. Y'all know that's important right now, right? So we're going to get into some things. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to get into the room. Got 156 people so far. So good to see y'all today. How y'all feeling out there? I just want to ask y'all how y'all feeling out there. First things first. How we feeling? We feeling good? We feeling great? That's right. That's right. That's right. We feeling good. We feeling great. We got our tea going on right here. We about to get into some things. I told y'all yesterday that we was going to be discussing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, guys. You guys mentioned it on my poll that you wanted to hear Love and Hip Hop content and commentary, and we about to bring it to y'all. Let's get some more people in the room. Just a few more minutes, guys. Just a few more seconds. We're going to go ahead and get started because I want to give it to you guys like, you know, how we do it on this channel. But first things first, I want to see what you guys are saying. What you guys are saying, how you guys are feeling. Let me know down in the comment section below. And also let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm very interested in seeing that. Also, guys, just so that you guys know, you can also shoot me a text message. I am adding people to my text message community, guys. I will place the number in the link in the description right after we get done with this video so that you guys can have that. I try to text as many people back per day as possible, but there are a lot of people that I'm trying to text. So let's go ahead and get this thing started right now as you guys are letting me know where you guys are from. We got Nashville, we got Kentucky, we got Texas. Guys, we got Amsterdam in the house. Come on, Amsterdam. We got Dallas, Detroit, Michigan, Kansas City. I'm about to spill this tea. We got Florida up in the house. Trenton, New Jersey. We got Miami up in the house. Hey, Miami. Memphis in the house. Kansas City. We got Dallas, Texas again. All right, so let's get into this tea. Hey, North Carolina. What's up, Raleigh? What's up, my people from Raleigh? So let's get into this, guys. So first things first, we are going to get into the episode, but if you are a watcher of my channel, you guys know that I like to tackle the news that's surrounding the episode and that comes out regarding the specific show, and then we're going to actually touch on what actually happened during the episode. So let's get into it now. So Miss Shay Johnson is spilling the beans about how Erika Dixon actually took her spot on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta before the show began. And let me go ahead and break it down to you guys. Now, you guys may remember Miss Shay Johnson was also known as Bucky from Flavor of Love back in the day. So she is no stranger to reality TV, and she has been tossing around and jumping from show to show to show to show, getting those coins, I'm presuming, okay? But during a look back at her first time on Love and Hip Hop, she had a lot to say about it. And I'm thinking that this was on VH1, but I'm going to break down to you what she had to say and why actually Erika got the spot versus her, okay? So as you guys may remember, she came on as the girlfriend of Mr. Scrappy, okay? You guys may remember that. Now, here is how everything this is what she says, not my words. She claims that she got an interview with production first and she mentioned Lil Scrappy, okay? Then later gave Scrappy the news and advised him to meet with VH1 as well. She said, well, I don't know what it is. He came in with his mama, his baby mama, brought his daughter on, and I had no idea until the show actually aired. And then she said, and made the decision to tell them it's either Shay or his baby mama to be the main character. So Scrappy had a choice whether or not to make Shay the main character or make Erika the main character, even though Shay was the one who actually brought the show to him along with her manager. Then he was like, you got bans because of me and you X'd out my position. So now we know that Shay was actually the one that got Scrappy on the show and got Erika on the show, but then in the process got iced out. And sometimes, let me tell y'all something right now. Sometimes, okay, sometimes you have got to watch your blessing and not share with everybody else. If this is one example of that, this is the example. You can't let everybody in on your blessings, and y'all gotta understand that. And that was Shay's that was her own fault at this point in time, because ultimately, if she wanted to be on the show, she needed somebody. She probably should have chose somebody else. Okay, she probably should have showed some other boyfriend that she might have had, that she might have been talking to, if she was really talking to him, because I, for one, personally thought that relationship was fake, but she is letting us know that the joint was real. Can y'all believe that? That's some stuff right there. But let's go ahead and break down the episode, because we got the news on that. And now we're about to dive into some things with the actual episode. Okay, so let's get into it. So first things first, we got to talk about Young Joc, okay? Young Joc is narrating the beginning of this episode, and I'm kind of here for it. He's doing this little thing on the radio. I was like, okay, I'm interested in finding out, okay, what was going on with everybody's backstory. Although we all know, if you've been watching for the past 8 seasons before this, you guys know exactly where we've been in this whole process. But it was nice to see that little recap, as they do with every show at the beginning of the season. So we got that out of the way. So let's go ahead and dive right into Mr. Young Joc's storyline with Kendra. We learned that him and Kendra are about to be married, okay? Now, the first thing is that she wants him to get a vasectomy, okay? Now, personally speaking, this is not something that I would ever be interested in, okay? That area of the body for a man is a very sensitive area, and the thought that somebody is going to be taking some sutures and some scissors and things down there to do a good snipperization, I personally am not here for it. But what I want to know from y'all is it selfish for him to not want to get a vasectomy, okay? Because when they went to the doctor and that whole situation happened, and the doctor was like, well, drop your pants, let me check the area or whatever, and Joc was acting scared. Now, at this point, I'm kind of like, well, Joc, surely you'd have been to the doctor before and they didn't have to check your parts. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get why he was so scared about that. But what I will say is I want to know from you guys, because Kendra accused him of being selfish in this episode for not wanting to get a vasectomy. What I want to know from you guys is he being selfish? Because he was like, well, you do it then, okay? And here, let me take a step back, because I don't want to be insensitive to the women, because I have heard some negative things about birth control. And I want to know from you guys, especially the women who have actually taken birth control, is birth control something that is sort of detrimental to your health? Or have there been negative side effects that you have experienced from it? And that may be one of the reasons why she may want for him to have a vasectomy, okay? Now, we know he got other kids out there, and it don't look like she's trying to have any more of his kids, okay? She not trying to have no parts of any kids with this man, but she wants to be married to him, okay? Now, the next thing I want to know from you guys is, I don't necessarily mind that she wanted to actually have him mature and grow a little bit with regards to the business of marriage, because I say it all the time. Marriage is not just, I love you, you love me, let's walk down the altar. Nah, boo. Marriage is about a lot more than that. And I don't know if you guys have been watching what we've been talking about with Nene Leakes and Greg. They've been married for 20-something years. Kirk and Rashida are another good example of a couple that's been married 20-something years. And y'all seen what they done been through, okay? Y'all done seen what they done been through. We talking marriage, extra kids outside the marriage. We talking all types of other shenanigans. So at the end of the day, what some of you guys have to realize is, and even myself, I'm realizing, is that marriage is about more than just the love aspect of what it is that we're doing when we're getting with somebody and when we say that we want to spend the rest of our lives with somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Marriage is about a lot more than that. And a lot of times, I will admit, even myself, I am very quick to sometimes judge, specifically when I see a marriage or a relationship and one partner cheats on the other, okay? I am notorious for judging that situation. I'm not even gonna lie, because in my mind, the person should just leave. But at the end of the day, cheating in marriages and cheating in relationships is ultimately not that uncommon. Not that uncommon. Okay, now I want you guys, if you are brave enough, comment in the chat. Let me know if you have been in a relationship and stayed with somebody who has cheated on you. I just want to know that, and I just want to see how many people we actually have who are bold enough to actually tell the truth about the real nature of relationships. Because oftentimes a relationship is not just the pretty picture that people be posting on Instagram. It is the trials and tribulations that you have to weather in order to stay together. Now that is the part that I think that she is also trying to prepare Joc for. And while he's searching around for these puppies, which were cute, I do think that she is trying to force him to level up in his growth. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people. I have stayed in a relationship, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. You should not be judged. You should not be shamed for that, because what that tells me is that you have a greater capacity than most of us have to forgive. You understand what I'm saying? And I think it's one thing when people make a mistake and they learn from that mistake, but you have to be able to willing to actually give them that opportunity to try to bounce back from that, especially if you feel like the love and the relationship are worth it for the long run. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I don't mean to preach to y'all, but I could go on and on about that subject all day because I feel very strongly and very passionate about it. Now, Omar says, I stayed in the relationship and turned it into an open relationship. I'm not even mad at that either. I'm not mad at that. That's sometimes what happens. I stayed, but the trust was never the same. I understand that too, Octavius. I definitely get that. I have stayed and I have cheated. Thank you, Leah, for actually being honest. Miss Hollywood says you learn from your mistakes. Well, some do, and that's exactly right. Okay, so we do have some people who are watching who can actually be open and honest, and that is what I'm here for. Leah and Cam says, I hate, then cheated on him and then left. I mean, well, listen, okay? Now, it was good for the goose is good for the gander at times. Yes, I've stayed in a relationship where he cheated, but I was never able to trust him again. That's also understandable too. And we can definitely get into that because y'all know we could do a whole hour on that alone. But I do want to move on to Miss Mimi real quick because this ties into that. So Mimi and Ty are still together. And she says that there are some things that they need to discuss before the relationship can move any further. That's fine and good. I wasn't that pressed about that because I don't know what the issue is. What I was more interested in is the fact that Mimi and Joseline have been texting. Now, to me, this is a moment of growth right here. I am actually happy to hear that Mimi and Joseline have finally been able to maneuver past the nonsense of yesteryear and actually have a good relationship with each other. And honestly, now that we know that Mimi likes women, I wonder I know that they allegedly had that little three, because I always feel like they had some type of underlying sexual tension. And maybe I'm just reading the situation wrong. I could be reading it totally wrong, and I don't want to read more into something than it needs to be. But I always found that a little interesting right there. But that was just my wonderings right there. But let me know what y'all have thought about that situation. Regardless, at the end of the day, I am happy that they have actually buried the hatchet and decided to move forward. This Mama D situation is necessary. It is a necessary conversation for us to have in the Black community. Alcoholism is a very real thing. And to me, I felt like this was awesome that we are actually getting to witness this. Now, it is not awesome that it actually happened, okay? I'm not even mad about that. For those who did not see the episode, we learned that Mama D, first of all, she entered the scene with a walker, and I was thinking to myself, what has happened to her? She in the scene with the walker, but in the confessional standing up straight. So I was kind of clueless when she first stepped onto the scene, rolling that walker up in the scene. But at the end of the day, we found out that she had a kidney stone that ruptured in her bladder, and she's already had 3 surgeries due to some type of infection that went along with this kidney stone rupturing, okay? And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, dog, was she drinking like that? I didn't know she had that. I mean, I didn't know it was that bad. That's life-threatening level bad, okay? I didn't think it was going to be that bad, but apparently it was. So Scrap wants her to breathe into a breathalyzer. And then my second thought was, I didn't know you could buy a breathalyzer. Where have I been? Because I had to do a quick Google search, told me that you can buy breathalyzers on the internet, okay? You can get a breathalyzer on the internet. So if you want to test your spouse, you want to test somebody that to find out what they really been doing, get yourself a breathalyzer and bring it home with you, okay? Test them out that way. Anyway, I'm actually glad to see that they're dealing with this issue, and I am wondering how this situation is progressing in real life, to be very honest with you. Comment below if you are interested in this issue and if you maybe know somebody who is dealing with alcoholism, because it really is a real situation. And honestly, as we have all been, kind of just sitting in the house, it's actually made me reevaluate whether or not drinking is something that I actually want to continue to do. And if you know me, you know I love a good brunch, okay? So I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, like just looking at this situation kind of makes me reevaluate. Do I want to keep drinking like that on the weekends? I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? But right now, it looks like we don't have a choice, and I really don't like to drink by myself, so I doubt I'll be drinking at all anyway. But that's just me, okay? I want to move on to Miss Sierra and the fact that she can't get no love from nobody, okay? Now, according to Sierra, okay, Shooter's baby mama said that Sierra beat her up at their son's funeral, okay? Shooter's baby mama, okay, said that Sierra beat her up at the baby's mama and Shooter's son's funeral. This all happened allegedly while while the baby mama, whom I don't remember her name, was pregnant. Now, Sierra says this was a lie, okay? So she asked Shooter, can he come to court to testify that that did not happen? Shooter does not want to enter a courtroom ever again, okay? He had made a promise to himself that he would never enter another courtroom. And he is also saying that he is not a snitch. Now, I want to know, shout out to y'all. I mean, people are mentioning that they are dealing with alcoholism. Listen, my heart goes out to all of y'all, okay? Anyway, we're gonna talk more about the whole alcoholism thing, I think, as the episodes go on, and I want you. He does not want to snitch, okay? Now, in my mind, is it snitching if you telling the truth that it did not happen? Or is that just me? Or is it snitching if you tell that it did happen when it really did happen? Okay, follow my logic. Would he be snitching if the fight really didn't happen? That would just be him telling the fact that it didn't happen at all. Do y'all follow me? Am I making sense, or is it just me? I'm having a real problem with the fact that he is refusing to help this woman in the slightest bit. If you know that your baby mama is crazy, or according to Sierra, not my words, if you know that your baby mama has had issues with you and even had you locked up before, why would you not want to help someone else who you were in a relationship with in a situation where they could potentially face 12 months in prison unless it happened, okay? Now, that was my thing too. Did she give this girl a beat down or not? Okay, because if people were there and saw it, if there was a funeral, how many witnesses could there have been that can attest to the fact that you did not whoop up on the baby mama? Okay, that's what I'm trying my hardest to understand. Did you give this woman a beat down or not? Because the way he was acting was as though it really did happen and he just didn't want to get involved in it. And in my mind, I was just like, bro, like, if it was not true, then just say it's not true. He couldn't even say it on camera. That was my issue. He couldn't say it while the cameras were rolling, right? You're not even being asked to go to court. You couldn't even say that it did not happen whilst the cameras were going. That to me was a bit problematic. I didn't really understand that, okay? And so then we get, when later on, when this situation is brought up with Karlie Red, even Karlie is almost acting like when when it's first brought up, she's acting like, I don't want to say nothing. But in her confessional, she basically says that she's going to go, that it never happened, but Sierra was not there for her. Now, I'm going to point to a common theme here, right? Both Shooter and Karlie Redd are basically saying that Ciara has not been there for them. So, Ciara, my question to you, are you a one-sided friend? Are you the one-sided person who makes everything about them and is never there for anybody else? Now, that seems highly unlikely because Ciara was very, very instrumental and adamant about Tokyo Vanity losing weight last season. She was definitely all involved in that. But to me, I just want to know, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Why did he not want to basically help her at all? Okay. He did say it wasn't true in the confessional. Okay, well there we have it. There we have it then. There we have it. It was maybe me that missed that little part of it. But I was just like, why wouldn't you go to court and help her with that if you're gonna say it? Then that leads me to my next question. Why would you not want to go to court if you're gonna say it on camera? Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Oh, thank you, Miss Hollywood. Thank you. Hey, y'all. Hey to anybody that's just joining in. We're talking Love and Hip Hop. We're doing news and episode rundowns. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more of these as a lot of us are in the house these days. And we want to talk about our favorite shows. And this gives us all an outlet to do so. So thank you to anybody else who has joined. Okay. Now, I just have one more comment to make about this whole Ciara situation. Ciara and BK went out on a date. Are they dating or are they just best friends? When I've seen them online, I've seen them comment that they are just best friends. But then on the show, I feel like they act like they're together. Help me understand, because I'm missing something. And comment down below if you reading this the same way I am. But really, my comment was less about their relationship, but the fact that they were going ice skating. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I don't get ice skating. To me, you are riding around on ice and you're sliding around on some knives. Okay. To me, your fingers and your toes and everything is in jeopardy. And if you have ever fallen on ice, that hurts. Okay. But moving right along. All right, so let's go on to this whole Faust Bistro situation, okay? I want to talk about this because to me, does this restaurant story not seem like a spin-off attempt to you? I'm just saying, especially with Kandi getting her OLG spin-off, didn't this whole thing come across kind of like, good idea for a storyline and a spin-off? I'm just saying, I know Rashida is a smart businesswoman and I know she be peeping Kandi on her game. To me, I just kind of felt like Faust Bistro is OLG similar, okay? That's just me. That's just what I think. And I'm not trying to be shady towards them. I want them to succeed in every endeavor that they got going on. But didn't it? Comment down below if y'all got OLG vibes from that whole situation. Here's why. All the kids working in the restaurant. Now, wasn't the girl just working over at the press? So now she's doing double shifts. Is she doing double shifts at the press and she doing a shift at the OLG? Is that what I'm sensing here? And then you got the son as the operations manager. Now, I'm not hating on this at all. But what I am saying is that to me, it feels like a recipe for disaster, okay? I think that when you are in the restaurant business, you should truly have someone who is an expert at restaurant management running the operation, okay? That's just me. Nothing wrong with having them learn from a true professional. And Rashida said that the reviews were saying that the restaurant was lit. Yeah, I guess any restaurant can seem lit if your kids are running it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have the place jumping with music and all kinds of shenanigans. But at the end of the day, the business of the restaurant is the business of the restaurant. And if your cooks can't bring out the food on time, that's a problem in and of itself. Who is running the kitchen? Who is running the kitchen? That's what I really want to know. Is the baby running the kitchen? What is going on? I feel like this is problematic on all sorts to Faust Bistro. And if you enjoyed yourself, let me know. Omar says it's OLG 2.0. And that's kind of what I felt as well. But I mean, that's just the vibes that I was getting. But it does seem right for a family spinoff on VH1. Y'all watch what I tell you. If you see a spinoff come on, remember I said it here. We all talked about it here first, okay? OLG Light, OLG Light. Now, I'm trying to understand what's going on with Rashida's mama, okay? What is going on with her mama? Now, they didn't send her off to Houston to manage the press in Houston. But apparently that store isn't doing very well because the mama is now selling plus size clothing, not in that store, but apparently on her own. And she's using press distributors to do so. Now, that seems like a conflict of interest. And I'm quite curious as why one's mother would do that. To me, I feel like if they sent you to Houston to manage the store, then you probably have some type of stock in the store as well, or some type of investment in the store. So it baffles my mind how it is or why it is that she would then go off on her own and then start selling plus size clothes in some other situation versus managing some type of element of pressed. Okay, I don't get it, I don't understand it, and maybe we'll dive more into it as the season goes on, but I just want to understand it. Please help me. Please, somebody comment below. That just seems very odd for one's mother to do, and I really don't understand it. But at the end of the day, I feel like all the family members are running aspects of the business, and I don't necessarily know if that's the smart thing to do. Because now, as Rashida said, this is something that she would have fired somebody else for, but she can't fire her mama, okay? She can't fire her mama. What's she gonna do? So anyway, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I thought that whole situation was very, very strange. Anyway, at the party, let's go to the 20-year anniversary party. Now, 20 years in the game. Listen, they made it through. Thank the Lord that they done made it through. Y'all know I like to see a marriage survive on whatever you can, however you manage, whatever you can do, make it do what it do. I don't know how they did it, but they did. Now, congratulations to them. Meanwhile, let's get into the shenanigans at the party. First of all, everybody gives a speech. Rashida's mama does show up, which is interesting. But Kandi is there too, so I was happy to see that. I was wondering to myself, though, if Rashida, was you taking any advice from Kandi when you decided to open OLG 2.0? I mean, Frost Bistro. I just want to know. Let me know if y'all think she consulted Kandi in any way, shape, or form. I think she did, and that's probably how she's going to get that spinoff. But I digress, because we're going to talk about that, I'm sure, for the rest of the season. And I'm excited about it. Anyway, Karlie Redd shows up with her new lips. Now, let me go ahead and say this. Keisha Osborne, I love Tasha K. I love her too. Let me say this. I am not opposed to anybody getting any type of surgical enhancements or any modifications to your body or your face, okay? I say do what you do it well, and make it good. If you want to blow your lips up to the heavens, please go ahead and do so. But what I will say is this. When you get your lips done, it would be probably best to try to make them look as natural as possible, because at that point it becomes a little bit of a distraction. Because every time Karlie showed up on the scene, I felt like her lips were getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? If you look even at the screenshot I put up here, you can see that her lips are real Daffy Duck-like. And I'm not opposed. I say get a little tweak, a little enhancement, a little nip tuck here, whatever you want to do, boo. I applaud it. I say go do it, right? It's your body, live it up. But at the end of the day, her lips was so distracting. That was all I can see every time she popped up on the screen. They looked like they had been swollen and stung by a bunch of bees. You know what I'm saying? And I just kept thinking to myself, your lips weren't small to begin with. I mean, I don't understand why so much, okay? I mean, how much did they put in there? Was it jugs? It was jugs and jugs of the juice? What happened? I don't know, but nicer if she had gotten a little bit less. That's all I'm saying. But shout out to Karlie Redd. I'm not even going to hate on her hustle, because she has been keeping this franchise afloat for years, okay? She has been keeping this drama going for years and years and years and years and years and years, okay? Keeping praise Jesus says we talking about Karlie's lips. Let's talk about Sierra's face. Not touching that one. Again, I'm not hating on Karlie's lips. At the end of the day, she's still a beautiful woman to me. I just felt like I wish she had gotten them a little bit natural. You know what I'm saying? A little more natural. You know, next time, you know what happened? I know what it was. She came to film the day after she got them done. So they were still swole. That was the problem. That was still swole. That was it. I know what that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. Anyway, Karlie shows up and she feels like Ciara has not been there for her, as I said before. Now, Alexis Sky shows up. Now the problem is, I feel like with Alexis, she did the same thing on this show that she did on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, okay? My thing was this. I feel as though you need to come into the franchise and be likable in some way, shape, or form, right? So we know at some point that she's going to open up about her, the trafficking that she was involved in or whatever, right? Now, with that being said, that might have been a better lead-in for her because I feel like that would ingratiate her to the audience, i.e. us. But we already know her because we know her from battling with Masika on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, right? And that was a battle every time they was around each other. So for me, I feel like let's soften her up a little bit. Let's give us some backstory first before you just jump into this first episode making a scene and a name for yourself by going after Karlie Redd. I understand you got beef with Karlie Redd. I don't know why Karlie Redd would tell you and her mama that she would spit in her face just because this man gave her the ring that you had at one point in time. Now that was a little sloppy and messy. To me, to be very honest with you, if you're gonna get from one woman to the next, at least get the new woman a new ring. Don't be recycling rings and jewelry from one person to the next. Who does that? Okay, who does? Well, apparently this Mo person does, but I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me, okay? I don't get why one would do that. But listen, I don't know what the actual situation was because Karlie didn't really clarify that part of it. But that is what we heard from Alexis Sky based on the little backstory and flashback that we got, okay? Now, having said that, I personally feel like at this point in time, Alexis Sky is problematic because she comes into the scene, makes a beat. First things first, you took your shoes off, girl. You should have either just shown up in some running shoes, some Nike, some Air Max, some Air Force Ones, whatever the case may be, versus showing up in your heels, making a big scene that you about to take off your shoes because at that point in time, you have just alerted security to the fact that you want to fight somebody. And at that point, everybody knows and security knows, so they're not going to let you fight. So really, were we really going to see any actual blows thrown? I don't think so. I don't think so because taking off your shoes slows you down at least 30 seconds, okay? And that extra 30 seconds could have been used to actually stage dive across the room if you really wanted to get at Karlie Redd, okay? That's all I have to say about that situation. So to me, the whole fight situation, it didn't even really need to happen and go down like that. You could have came in and said, it's going to be you and me. Now, see, that would have made the same type of scene. And then I would have believed you a little bit more. But it was hard for me to believe the situation given that, you know, you took the 30 seconds that you took to actually take off a heel. Now, I don't know much about women and heels, but what I do know is I have seen women take longer to get out of a heel. Okay, it looks like getting out of a heel takes quite some effort, okay? Given the fact that I see a lot of women have asked for help by putting the actual security actually got over there to bum rush you. So next time when you enter the room, just come in your Nikes, come in some Gucci flats, just come in barefoot at that point if you know that you're gonna fight her as soon as you walk through the door, and that way you can stage dive with ease. You know what I'm saying? Stage dive with ease. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move off of that because I got a feeling that we're going to be seeing a lot more of that. But I will say this for you, Alexis Sky and Karlie Redd, thank you for keeping me thoroughly entertained, okay? Now, I want to move on to Miss Karlie Redd in general because she is saying that she has been going through the hardest, the darkest period in her life. It's been so dark and tragic. What has happened? What has happened? I really want to know. I did not know in this instance what was really going on. It seems so dramatic, and sadly, I have to ask this question. Did it have something to do with her father? Did anything happen to... Then the reason I'm asking this question, and I want her dad to be safe, sound, and secure if he is, But I was asking this question because I remember she was having some issues with her dad and her dad's health. So to me, the first thing I was wondering was, is this why she's entering this funeral home? And why was they doing this slow drag down the funeral aisle in the empty church? And apparently she's going to be inviting everybody to the funeral. Now, what is this funeral for? Because I have heard neither hide nor hair of anybody passing, but I just want to know, if you guys know what was in that casket, please let me know. Please let me know, okay? I want to know. I want to know. I'm waiting. This is me waiting because I don't know. I thought it was her father as well. I did too. Tasha K about to drag. Ooh, you know I'm gonna be right there watching with my popcorn. You know Tasha K always got that tea. Did she have on shorts at the funeral? No. So y'all basically was trying to figure it out too. Mizzy 23 said it was probably nothing. It better not be divorce papers. Philly Diva, it better not be divorce papers. MJ said Karlie's soul is gone. Hashmal says, I bet it's the dog. She probably is being dramatic. If it's her ring in that casket, I'm gonna be mad at y'all. Did she really have on shorts at the funeral? I cannot. Oh my God, I cannot. I mean, okay, so let's go. Let me just give you guys my overall thoughts on this episode. To be very honest with you guys, I feel like Atlanta is probably one of the, it's probably the best show in the franchise. It really excites me. I love everybody on there. I feel like they are all dramatic at AF. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I sometimes don't know what to believe and what not to believe, because I always hear so many rumors about so many storylines being fake on some of the Love and Hip Hop shows. So I never know what is really the real deal on these shows. So I don't know. I really don't know. But I will tell you guys, somebody said she was in shorts and heels. I will tell you guys that I'm excited about the rest of the season. I don't know much about Light Skin Keisha, but I have heard her music and I do like it. So I'm interested to see what she brings to the show. I'm really excited to see Sierra mush Karlie in the face. Although I'm really kind of questioning why Sierra would be mushing anybody in the face if she is actually facing charges for allegedly beating somebody while they were pregnant. I don't know. I really have no idea. I have no idea. But I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see all the news come out about everybody that's going to be coming out. Hopefully the season gets crazier and crazier. I'm definitely going to be watching. I hope that you guys will watch along with me so that we can go Housewives of Atlanta as well. Because I kind of like this format. I really like to see what y'all got to say as I'm saying it. And I find myself going off quite a bit. But, I just get excited when I'm talking about the shows. You know what I'm saying? I can't help it. I don't mean no harm. Hopefully nobody takes what I say personally. I am just a person who enjoys reality TV just like y'all. And we about to keep doing this thing and we about to have some fun while we all stuck up in this house. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all have recommendations for other shows that you want me to review, let's go ahead and do it. I mean, why not? Let's have a good time while we up in here. But that's all we got for now. I need to jump off of here and eat some lunch. Thank you guys so much for... Did y'all... Okay, I'm not even going to talk about that. It's something else I want to talk about, but I'll talk about it later. Oh, somebody said 90 Day Fiance. Bam! I'm on it. I will check it out. I will do some checkerization of that show so that we can talk about it if y'all want it. I love y'all. Y'all make me laugh. Y'all give me life. Y'all make doing this so amazing. And that's all I gotta say. I'm about to jump off here. I need to eat some food. Family Karma. I'm gonna check it out. And yeah, I'm about to jump off here. If some more news jumps off today, guys, I will definitely be jumping back on to do another live to let you guys know what the deal is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills trailer comes out today, so we may end up talking about that. But otherwise, I'm about to jump off of here. I got 2 great interviews coming up today from my DJ Richie Scott Unfiltered channel. One I will be doing at 2 or 2:30 p.m. It is a radio personality here in the Miami area. So follow me on Facebook. I will put all my links down below, and I will also put both of those interviews up on my DJ Richie Scott Unfiltered channel. If you guys have any questions about these vitamins or the detox tea, I'll also put the links down below as well. I love y'all, and I will see you guys in the next video.